We are watching Joe Biden and his communist handlers unleash their plan to build back better. If you remember, that's the Biden campaign promise and slogan. But to them, better is a socialist America, where in order to build it back better, in their eyes, is to burn it all down first, tear it apart, destroy anyone in their way. So once the rebuild begins, there's no one left to block the evil path to communism. A totalitarian society where government is in complete control. It's what they want. They call it the Great Reset. But why would you want to reset the greatest nation on earth if you didn't want to transform it into something else? So how do you go about remaking America? The Democrats are showing us how, right before our eyes, right now. First, you silence your strongest voices of dissent. There is no stronger voice than President Trump. The left vaporized him and so many others from social media. You hit your enemy in the pocketbook. Deutsche Bank and Signature Bank announced it would no longer conduct business with President Trump or his companies. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and others are declaring they will not be giving any political donations to any lawmaker who took part in the election challenge. How long is it until all high-profile conservatives are shunned by financial institutions and unable to conduct business as well? The credit card processor Stripe has stopped processing payments for the president's campaign website. You can't survive politically if you can't raise money. They know this. Forbes declared any company that hires one of the president's former spokespeople will be considered a company that, quote, lies. You see, when your political foes have powerful messages of freedom and yours is one of government control, you must remove any ability for your foes to communicate with the masses. It's what they're doing to us. It started with the censorship and, quote, false claim warnings on social media. When that doesn't work, what do? You kick them off those platforms and then extinguish the competition. That's what they did to Parler. My prediction is you will start to see conservative podcasts removed from Apple and other outlets too. Cable companies like Newsmax and One America News will come under increased pressure to, quote, change the message or risk being banned by cable and satellite providers. It all amounts to political extortion. I fear we are witnessing the start of an aggressive campaign to obliterate conservatives and their messages.
And is using that platform as the president of the United States. He and his account should be taken down.
So you won't take down lies, or you will take down lies?
The big question, why not act more immediately against Trump and his co-conspirators?
All these companies have the right to say, I don't want you on my stuff.
Disinformation would not be at the scale that it is today without Mark Zuckerberg.
Trump must be held to account, but so must his Retrumplican enablers. Unity is not a one-step process here. You cannot forgive and forget.
You see, it's been going on for a while. And of course, the key step, by the way, in all of this, in this path to a socialist society, is to take away the people's guns. Joe Biden announced he will, quote, defeat the NRA. Good luck with that. He lost the last time around. He wants to institute unconstitutional gun confiscation schemes. It all goes into the Marxist plan. And then, of course, there is all of you, the engaged, passionate masses, the people who love America and the ideals of freedom that it was founded on. Well, they have plans for you too.
There are millions of Americans, almost all white, almost all Republicans, who somehow need to be deprogrammed. It's as if they are members of a cult, the Trumpist cult, and who have to be deprogrammed.
Well, if you're loving freedom, giving everyone equal opportunity, believing in myself to make better decisions for my family than government, if all of that is what you are, it's what I am, well, then I guess it's a cult. Count me in, right? I'm sure the British thought our founders were part of a cult too when they risked their lives and livelihoods to stand up to tyranny as well. And this idea that we all need to be deprogrammed, I would argue to those on the left that they are the ones that need to be reprogrammed. reprogrammed to embrace individualism, entrepreneurship, patriotism, and yes, limited government. You see, followers of leftist ideology need to also be reprogrammed to have confidence in themselves. Instead, they are being trained to be weak by forcing them to rely on government for their sheer survival. Stimulus checks, bailouts, Medicare for all, free school. It's all training for a communist America. And it is unfolding right before our eyes at a rate that I have never witnessed before.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America.